Good morning, friends. So happy that you're joining us again for another vision casting. So, we want to dive right into this one. This one is all about dreaming and manifesting. We've talked about this a little bit before, but we really wanted to focus on this, especially with it being closer to end of month and people are trying to promote and they're really pushing right now. So, we wanted to kind of really focus on the vision that we have. So, dream boards, right? We talked about them before. We need to take action in order for them to come true. And talk to us a little bit more about this, Raquel.
So dream boards, they're not made to make you feel good, like to make you feel like, oh, I'm accomplished. I did a dream board. They're not like for show. They're meant to be a daily practice, mapping out your life, like what you want, why you want it, how's it going to make you feel. Start envisioning it every single day. It's a daily practice. So go after your dreams and embody it.
I love that. And one of the things too is that we don't know the how or the why, right? But we get focused on that a lot. We just need to have the belief. We just need to have the dream and the belief that we're going to get it one day. So if you're not driven about it, if you're not fired up about it, if you're thinking that it's going to take too long, you'll never get it then. We've all been asking for things, right? So it's time that you actually receive it. This should be something that's fun. So like when we're messaging people and we're talking, we always want to talk about like how this business is fun, and that's truly how this business should be. It doesn't matter if people say no. You just thank them and move on, because every no is eventually going to turn into a yes. But at some point people are going to see different things about, as far as like when you're asking people into the business, right? And you're asking people to join your team and they're like, no. Okay, well, how many times do they need to see you hanging out at the park with your kids like Raquel does? What kind of car does it take you to drive? What kind of house do you need to live in? What kind of bills do you need to pay off in order for someone to be like, I need to join her now? So you just need to keep being consistent and posting about your life and being real about it and letting people know all of the things that they can kind of get. But yeah, so I want to go into like question number one. What is the scariest goal on your dream board?
And then question number two, after you pause and come back, question number two, what changes do you need to make to become the person that is meant to accomplish that goal?
Yeah, I love that one. Okay, so after you pause this again, what is in the present is a present, and I really want us to focus on that. We oftentimes we think about like we're so focused on the things that we want that we don't real like we're not grateful for the things that we currently have. So I want us to take a couple minutes and write gratitude for all the things that we do and do not yet have.
Okay, so you have to cast vision that 90% of the population will understand. Like we all have big goals and dreams. Like for instance, you get to a certain rank and you're making a certain income. You can't expect somebody to come in right away and have that same vision. So you need to cast vision that the 90% of the population is going to understand. You don't want to cast too big of one. They are not there yet. They don't have a brain cell for it yet, just like you didn't when you first started. This is why we talk about the small things in this business, like filling up our gas tank, buying groceries, or even like Caitlin always says, buying a McDonald's Happy Meal, like the small things.
I love that. And that's things that we really do need to be posting about more, because a large part of the population isn't going to resonate with a Beamer, or they're not going to resonate with the big house you just bought, or you know what I mean? So I love that. One of the things we need to quit doing too is we need to quit waiting for a new season or a new product. Like it's time now. Now is the time. We need to decide that we're going to multiply our paychecks by 4. So what are you manifesting over your team? We are super powerful. Like our thoughts are powerful. If we're saying things over our team, like if we're thinking things and then we're saying things out loud, super powerful. So if you're saying things like my team isn't working or my team isn't promoting, then guess what? They're not going to promote. They're not going to work, because you're putting it out there to the universe, to God, whatever it is that you believe in. You're putting it out there and they're not going to then.
Yeah, it's like you're like Pam says, you're walking an advertisement. It's basically just like that. Even so, the thing is like we say this, right? And you write this stuff down on vision casting and say you truly don't believe it. Like right there's the problem, because everything comes with repetition and action. So if you truly don't believe it, doing stuff like this every single day, writing things down, it does. If we are in lack, it's like 10 times harder for us for that to get that skill set or to get that mindset. So speaking over yourself and your team over and over and over again. And there's like a great analogy or an example. It's like a pro athlete who they just don't become pro overnight. I was reading, me and Autumn are reading this book, and this guy was like not good at hitting lefty, right? So he was hitting the bat 600 times every single night for like 6 months, I think it was, in a row.
Mhm.
But 600 times every single night. And it's like the compound effect until he became a pro at hitting lefty. You need to create that team visually in your head every single day. And that's why vision boards are super important. And that's why even making a vision board for your team is super important. We've said this before, but your mind does not recognize the difference between a dream and reality, right? So constantly dreaming about your team and always visualizing it. So in one sentence, I want you to write down what you and your team stand for. Passion is everything. People are going to follow people who know where they're going.
That's so good. So good. Okay, so once you did that question, last question here, guys, is we want you to write a letter to your team. What do you value most about them and why? What kind of impact have they made on your life? What qualities do you admire about them? This is not something where you're just listing qualities about the people that you want, but truly get in your feelings about like the team that you have and write it up, write it all out, and take your time with this. This is not meant to be a question that you just quickly do. Take your time and put it from your heart. So that's all we have for you guys today. We're super appreciative that you were able to watch us and hope you guys got something out of this. See you guys.